Hi everyone, Alex here from Summerhill, just with another quick update. Today's update is a special one because yesterday marked the 20-year anniversary of Summerhill Financial Services, a milestone that means a great deal to all of us. It's incredible to think that 20 years ago, Caroline started Summerhill on her own, sitting in a serviced office with no plan B, just a clear vision for the type of business she wanted to build, and a small group of clients who placed their trust in her from the very beginning, who are still with us today. Those early clients helped shape what Summerhill has become today. And I know Caroline will always be deeply grateful for the support that they showed in those formative years. Interestingly, 10 years after Caroline started the business, I joined the firm, and I can distinctively remember walking into our serviced office on my first day with no one there, as that was the day that Caroline had moved to Berlin to start operating the business from another country, which in itself, another huge achievement, which we both look back at fondly. Um, what makes this milestone so meaningful is not simply that Summerhill has existed for 20 years, but how it's operated over those 20 years. From the beginning, the business was built around a very clear philosophy, doing what is right for our clients, acting with integrity, and focusing on goals and long term outcomes rather than short term noise. Those principles may sound simple, but they matter enormously. In many ways, successful businesses are built on consistently doing the simple things well, doing what you say you'll do, putting clients first, thinking long term, and protecting a reputation that can take decades to build. Caroline was also well ahead of her time when she established Summerhill. Starting a financial advisory business 20 years ago was courageous in itself, but establishing and operating under our own financial services license was even more uncommon at that time. She built a business focused on always acting in the best interest of clients, using technology to improve efficiencies and outcomes, and genuinely offering a client centered, goals based advice approach. Before many of those ideas had become a bit more standard in the profession. Importantly, Summerhill was established just before the global financial crisis, one of the most challenging periods that investors had experienced in modern times. Not only did the business help clients navigate that incredibly difficult period, but it continued to grow and evolve into the business we are proud of to be a part of today. Over the past 20 years, Summerhill has helped clients through some of their most important moments in their lives: retirement, career changes, growing families, business sales, market downturns, and other major life transitions. That is the real privilege of this profession because money is never about money. It's about people, family, opportunity, freedom, security, and peace of mind. Our role is to help clients feel organized and confident financially so they can spend more time focusing on the people and the things that matter most to them. One of the things I'm personally most proud of is the people within this business. Caroline remains actively involved in the Summerhill team as our practice manager, continuing to identify areas that we can evolve. And in a few months' time, Margaret will celebrate her 18 years with the business. Margaret's care for clients, professionalism, attention to detail, and consistency have played an enormous role in shaping Summerhill into what it is today. And personally, I can genuinely say it's been one of the greatest privileges in my life to work alongside Caroline and Margaret. We've deliberately remained a boutique business because relationships are at the center of what we do. We genuinely care about our clients and deeply value the trust you place in us. Managing someone's wealth is an enormous responsibility, and it's not something we have ever or will ever take for granted. Some of you have been with Summerhill since the very beginning 20 years ago, while others have joined more recently. but regardless of when you joined, thank you. Thank you for your trust, your loyalty, and for allowing us to be part of your journey. It's such a pleasure to be not only working with you all, but now with some of your children and in some cases, some of your parents. Another important part of Summerhill's story has been our long-standing relationship with Dimensional Fund Advisors. We've worked with Dimensional for the entire life of the business because our philosophies have always aligned really closely. Like Summerhill, Dimensional has built its reputation around long-term thinking, evidence-based decision making, continuous improvement, and putting investor outcomes first. Over the years, we've seen many investment managers and advisory firms come and go, particularly during periods where speculation, trends, and short-term thinking temporarily have become popular. But quality businesses, strong investment principles, and disciplined processes tend to stand the test of time. That consistency and discipline are incredibly important when managing long-term wealth. While markets, technology, legislation, and the world around us continues to evolve, the core principles of successful investing have actually remained remarkably consistent. Staying diversified, remaining disciplined, thinking long term, and avoiding reactive decisions during periods of uncertainty. Which brings me briefly to a very short update regarding markets and the federal budget next week. Markets have remained relatively resilient despite ongoing geopolitical and economic uncertainty. And it's fair to say that the current environment remains highly unpredictable and uncertain. As always, we continue to monitor these conditions closely. We are taking caution, particularly when investing new money into markets, considering the environment and valuations. Importantly, though, is to keep perspective. Uncertainty is a normal part of investing and life, and history consistently reminds us that disciplined long term investing tends to be far more important than reacting to short term headlines. As always, we will contact you directly regarding your specific investment strategies and actions you should be taking in the current environment. Moving on, with the federal budget approaching next week, there is significant speculation around possible changes to areas such as capital gains tax, negative gearing, and taxation on trust distributions. Our advice at this stage is simple. You've probably heard us say this before, but avoid making major financial decisions based on speculation or media commentary. Although it does look very likely that we may see changes in these specific areas, it's important to note that over the years we've seen many proposed changes either never eventuate, become substantially modified, or take years to be legislated. Good financial decisions should be made carefully based on the facts, not uncertainty. Once the details are known, and if there are any changes that ultimately are legislated, we'll assess what they mean for clients individually and guide you accordingly. So I plan to do another video next week when those federal budget announcements are released. So finally, thank you again for being part of the Summerhill story over the last 20 years. We feel incredibly fortunate to do work we genuinely love alongside people we genuinely respect and care about. The greatest privilege of this business has always been the relationships behind it. And after 20 years, we still feel like we're just getting started. So we look forward to continuing to evolve and support you all for many years to come. Thank you.